Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who've been following me with the ice cooler pods, this is for you. For those of you who have not seen that video, stick around because this is gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna show you guys what I do to keep my meat really cold after I go hunting. And yes, this is a 165 Grizzly cooler on the back of my truck. This does swing out, I'll show you later. So what I do the night before is I prop this up while the truck's outside, let the air drop and get cool in there. And I just throw one frozen jug in there. That's kind of like a throwaway. That's going to cool off the temperature of the cooler so we don't lose any real serious temperature, okay? Next thing I'm going to do is get the pods. They go in first. These have been sitting in here for 48 hours. And I'm going to line those inside the main compartment at the bottom. I cut them to fit nice and snug so that when I go off-road, it doesn't bounce all over the place. Feet cut it. We're trying to get at least 8 days of ice in here. So I've got 3 more gallons of frozen jugs. And I know, hey, why are you using frozen jugs if you got the pipes? More is better. Not always, but sometimes. So I'm gonna load these as well. And on top of all that, I'm gonna throw in all the food we've had frozen. These are all refrigerated meals. And I just throw them in the freezer, and that's going to give us some extra cold. These are all going to go in here. These are all from Costco. When I'm out of the truck, we'll eat those, make it real easy. Got a little portable generator, and I'll get to those in a minute. I've got a small portable generator that powers a really small microwave, you know, a little kind with the dial on it, and that just makes life so much easier. This will be stacked full with cold stuff, and that's gonna get us hopefully to 8 days. If not, I guess I'll have to buy ice. But the idea is after we're done and I don't have much room for all that ice, we'll pull the jugs. We'll keep probably only just one pod on top of that meat when it's nice and cold after it chills at night, and then bring it home. So stick around, wish me luck. We're trying to get an elk with the bow and maybe a bear or two. And I'll see you on the flip side. There we are, fully packed. All that stuff's either frozen or chilled. And that should last. Let's get on the road. All right, this is day 4, and we've been eating the contents in here. Take a look. We've got there's the ice, and it's kind of wet on the outside, but still hard as a rock. This is the other ice. You can see there's some liquid in there, and we get down to the pods. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a layer of ice on the outside. They're still well below freezing, unlike the ice. So they are holding the cold really, really well. In fact, I had apples on there this morning that froze. Ruined our apples. We'll see how long this goes. Day 4, guys, in paradise. All right, guys, this is day 6, midday. Got into elk this morning, but couldn't get them to come close enough. We got them calling, though. Check the ice. We got our water jug here. It's got a little bit of chunk in there, but you can tell there's definitely some water in there. We get down here, still icy. These are still below 0 all the way to the outside. All right, guys, back from 7 days of elk hunting. Totally wiped out. This truck was parked south facing, exposed in the sun. It was probably high of 65 most days. Some days were in the high 50s. And yeah, now it's been in the 80s basically on the way back. We're gonna go find out what's in the cooler, and unfortunately it's not an elk, but we're gonna find out the results of the ice. Let's take a look. Pop this bad boy open. We're gonna compare. There's your water jug, and it held pretty well, but I'll tell you what, when I used to just put these in there, they were a lot more melted than that. And on the pipe, we still have ice. Look at that. That means the inside of that thing is still frozen solid, and it's still below freezing in there, which I can't say the same for this. So to me, it's worth it. And I mean, I use these just to get, you know, it does help to keep those colder for a longer period of time. But ultimately, if I had shot an elk and I had wanted to keep it below 40 degrees in the cooler, those would have done an excellent job, and they wouldn't have leaked. And it doesn't matter how many times I've used these and I've squeezed air out of them and froze them, they still tend to leak, and you end up with a wet, water all over your food. Not good. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you haven't seen the video where I show you how to make it, take a look at the link on the side here and it'll give you a tutorial start to finish. There's definitely some things that I learned from my comments, so check the comments. There's a pinned comment at the top on that video. That's a really good tip that'll make that process even easier and more effective. Thanks again for watching, and if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. Take care.